Hi everybody, good Wednesday. It is Wednesday, it's the 24th day of January, and we're glad as always to have you tuning in, spending a little time with us on what's been a very wintry feeling day. We've got some relief coming to the tune of the 50s, and I'll be glad to tell you about that. We've also got some rain, a few more flakes in your forecast, and just a little bit of everything. Pretty much runs the gamut, so to speak. On tonight's program, before I tell you about tonight's program, let me tell you about tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent briefly. We've got a big spread, I think, as much information as we could get in the last few moments here of a big night for North Magoffin Elementary during the grade school tournament last night. Also, a long-time contributing writer of the Sagersville Independent has passed, and there was something put in there in her honor. You'll find more details on the reduction in rates by AEP and on the county audit for the Magoffin County Fiscal Court and a host of other top headlines. And of course, there's always a lot of human interest and a lot of other tidbits throughout. So be sure and take your time, pick one up, thumb all the way through it, and then continue to give us your feedback as we continue to make some changes and additions to the paper. More content, more news, more of you picking it up and then letting us know what you think. As far as tonight's program, several arrests, not one but on two occasions in the past week, including one this morning. Authorities have arrested an adult with a passenger in the vehicle, and that adult either in possession of drugs or under the influence of drugs or both. Also, a traffic stop netted 3 serious drug-related and meth-related arrests just earlier today. I've got highlights from last night's Hornets-Jenkins matchup, and I've got much, much more. And the only thing we'll talk about before all of that and before our first brief break is not good news in regards to the flu. I don't think it's going to come as a surprise to anyone that the entire nation, with the exception of Hawaii, still widespread. We are now in our 6th week here in Kentucky of that exact status. And now they are considering the flu activity in Kentucky as being epidemic. And that, of course, is proven deadly. Those numbers are still continuing to climb. The most common strain of the flu this year, Flu A, and I've heard a lot of it. And it is in 78% of the, or rather responsible for almost 80% of the 65 flu-associated deaths in Kentucky this year. And those numbers, once again, still continuing to grow. A lot still unreported. But washing your hands, getting a flu shot, it's still not too late. But washing your hands is still the best defense that you have from getting the flu or anything that feels anywhere close to it. And man, it is going to be a flu season of record proportions. Already is, and it's going to continue to be, we do believe. With that said, we'll pick it up with our first top headline right after this.
Everybody knows that our Lee's Famous Recipe has the very best chicken in eastern Kentucky and anywhere. And we've also got the tastiest country fried steak and gravy with your choice of homemade sides, or try our favorite with mashed potatoes and country apples. Don't do dull and dry. Do your senses a favor and let Lee's Famous Recipe make your next meal the best. And try our country fried steak, biscuits, and sandwiches too at your Sagersville Lee's. Bad weather on bad tires is not a good thing. You can fix that problem with one stop at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. That's where you can get any tire in stock with 6 months, same as cash, or put tires on everything you own for 6 months, same as cash, and get the latest rebates from the greatest manufacturers and service you've depended on for 30 years at Conley Tire. A new inventory perfect for the season at Parkway Gun & Pawn. Gas and electric space heaters, chainsaws to make your own heat, battery chargers, generators, snow blowers, and everything you need for the winter. And of course, jewelry, guns, games, TVs, electronics, and more. And of course, they'll loan you cash on anything worth $1 at Parkway Gun & Pawn. 349 Pawn.
Hi, I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
At last report, the flu was widespread in at least 46 of 50 states, and Parkway Pharmacy has exactly what we all need to fight it and any other cold or illness. From immune boosters for adults and children as young as 2 to all-natural homeopathics made right here in the United States of America. They can help prevent you from getting sick or get you fast relief if you already are. With great tasting and easy-taking gummies, powdered mixes, rapid melting fruity tablets, and syrups at Parkway Pharmacy. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway, custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785.
For the second time in only about a week, authorities, including the Sagersville Police Department just earlier this morning, arrested an adult, a parent with a child in their care while being under the influence of the vehicle they were driving. The first report actually goes back about a week or so when Kentucky State Police Trooper Darvin Marcellette made a traffic stop on a vehicle that was driving in a reckless or dangerous manner. This story unfolds with not just the arrest of the father of the small child, but also the arrest of his mother, who was in the car, and charges that may be pending for the father's actions en route to jail.
A few nights ago, Officer Marcellette with the state police out of Post 9 stopped a vehicle driven by Christopher Setzer, 24, who gave him a Georgetown address. There was a 2- and a 3-year-old in the car, as well as a woman identified as Setzer's mother at the time, in which the officer detected a strong odor of marijuana coming from the car. The driver, Setzer, failed all field sobriety tests given by the officer. The mother in the vehicle had warrants in her name and was arrested. And given the fact that both were going to jail, the kids were turned over to social services. Well, social services were called. And they later learned that Christopher Setzer was actually coming from Georgetown, taking the children back to their mother, who I believe lives possibly in the Floyd County area. So he was arrested with possession of marijuana after a quantity of pot was found, possession of drug paraphernalia, endangering a minor, failure to maintain auto insurance, and I believe some other traffic infractions as well. The children were turned over either to the custody of social services or their mother. En route to jail, while Setzer and both his mother were in the back seat of Marcellette's cruiser, Christopher Setzer proceeded to lower his pants and relieve himself in the back seat. I'm told that additional charges for that may be pending. Nevertheless, he was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center and lodged on the before-mentioned charges.
And then today, Sagersville police say they received a call from a driver who reported that they saw what they believed to be a female passed out or possibly asleep behind the wheel of her car in a parking lot in the city of Sagersville, also with what appeared to be a small child in the back seat.
Myself and Jeremiah Watson arrived scene. She had stepped out. I had her step out of the vehicle. She failed all field sobriety tests we give her. One she said she couldn't take. She stated to us that she was prescribed Suboxone. She's got pinpoint pupils. She has what we call HGN, which is horizontal gaze nystagmus. It's a muscle, involuntary muscle in your eye that only is affected by alcohol and or drugs. She failed our walk and turn test, which is a balance test.
Watson says that the individual, as you heard him say, was prescribed Suboxone, but being prescribed something, Suboxone or any other scheduled drug, does not mean that it's okay to drive while taking it, and of course, in fact, it is indeed just the opposite. As for this driver, she was arrested, but first, before going to jail, taken to an area hospital for a blood test to confirm what, if any, other drugs may have been in her system. She was identified as Amanda Johnson, 31 years of age, of Sagersville, and charged altogether with driving under the influence in the second offense and driving on a DUI suspended license. Both those charges related to a DUI she received from local authorities just earlier last year. Also today, she was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor.
That charge a result of the small 2 to 3 approximately year-old child in her care, for which social services was called and asked to take custody of. Going on to tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar, this just in. It's just about that time. It is, actually, for rootstock and plant orders that are now being taken at the McGoffin County Extension Office. That's for strawberries, blueberries, red raspberry, black raspberry, asparagus, candy onions. Call now to get your order in, 349-3216. You can also call that number to find out more about the cultural arts classes that they're having at the Extension Service. They're doing them every Wednesday. They had one today. They'll have one next Wednesday on things such as sewing and hemming and a lot of other lost cultural arts, where you can pick up some easy lessons, tutorials, and information 10 to 2 for the next few Wednesdays. And cooking through the calendar, once again, their next one is February the 5th. They've got one of these each and every month with a different menu, free samples, or free class, and they do it 2 times each day to make sure that everyone gets a chance to stop by, noon and 5. The next one, February the 5th, brought to you by their Healthy Choices for Everybody series. Cooking through the calendar at your McGoffin County Extension Service. If you've got a calendar announcement, birthdays and anniversaries too, or announcement just like that, this is how you get it on the show. And you can always, of course, drop it off at our new studio on East Maple Street, 15 East Maple Street, by the way, directly across from the McGoffin County Justice Center, in the same house as our now Sagersville Independent. Our funeral service is brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home with a reminder of services to be held this Saturday in honor of 71-year-old Gary Ray Dalton of Knoxville, Tennessee, who passed away on the 20th, survived by his wife, Joella Culbertson Dalton, also daughters Kimberly Jo Simpkins and Krista Elizabeth Schatt, and visitation will begin in his honor this Friday after 6, services the following afternoon at 2, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home Chapel.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
Get the max with your taxes and a new car at Gateway Motors. All you have to do is take your W-2 to Borders Tax Services here in Sagersville and then go straight to buy your new ride at Gateway. You'll get your taxes done right, on time, and with the maximum refund, and you can drive your new vehicle today and pay for it when you get your tax return back from Uncle Sam. So call now to get the max for your taxes at Gateway Motors in Sagersville, 349 cars. Like our 100% safe and secure mobile banking app at Sagersville National, we're always working to make your life a little easier. And our mobile deposit feature gives you more freedom and more time to do what you love the most. Just open the app, confirm the amount, and click. You're done. A safe, no-hassle way to manage your money from anywhere in the... Well, you get the drift. Now get the app at Sagersville National Bank, 349-3131. Yes, Logan makes the best truck bodies on the market, and they also have a fully stocked warehouse of dump body parts, PTOs, hydraulic pumps, hoists, anything you need to get back on the road. And they are a full-service steel and aluminum service center. They keep I-beam, channel, angle, pipe, round rod, rebar, expanded metal, sheet metal, and aluminum all in stock. And if you've got a big project, they do commercial manufacturing to your specs. Logan, since 1904.
You asked for it, and Appalachian Wireless listened. Appalachian Wireless proudly brings to you the plan you've all been asking for. Unlimited data. Unlimited data is only $80 a month for a single line, or get 4 lines as low as $200. See store for more details. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company. Data speed slow to 25 gigabytes per line to 512 kilobits for phones and tablets, and 15 gigabytes for modems. See store for more details.
Win her heart this Valentine's Day with something beautiful to wear, or with any of the thousands of unique ways to say I love you at the seasonal shop. Candies, charms, jewelry, or indulge her in natural, chemical-free luxury. Earth Lux. 100% pure virgin coconut oil naturally formulated in India. Scrubs, conditioners, lip maintenance, shampoos, toothpaste, soaps, bath bombs, and more. The best way to say I love you and happy Valentine's Day to anyone is by doing it at the seasonal shop.
These next 3 arrests culminated in the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams made a traffic stop on a vehicle, after which he found 4 occupants inside, 3 of which went to jail.
Adams' citation indicates that he stopped a vehicle earlier today for swerving and weaving and driving erratically or dangerously. Upon approaching the vehicle, he saw in plain view an open container with about half of the alcoholic beverage gone. The driver of the vehicle was reportedly the one who gave consent to search the vehicle and was charged not with DUI, but with other infractions, as you see here. Donna Shepard was said to be behind the wheel, 52 of Sagersville. There was a quantity of marijuana, the open container, drug paraphernalia, charges, as well as reckless driving, no seatbelt, no insurance card, and disregarding a stop sign, which was another reason for the initial traffic stop. She gave consent to search, and when the officer did, he found other items and other individuals. One of those individuals in the vehicle was another woman who was in possession of meth and drug paraphernalia. She was identified as 49-year-old Loretta Perkins Salyers of Sagersville. She had a baggie in her possession. In her pants, tucked in her pants, was also a small quantity of methamphetamine, and thus she was charged with trafficking in a controlled substance in the first, for the meth, I believe it was, possession of a controlled substance in the first, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And there was also some more serious items, or other serious items, found on a male in the vehicle. While there were 4 occupants, 3 people were charged. The third was 34-year-old Alvin Ratliff Jr. of Sagersville. Now, he was found to be in possession of 2 knives. He had a switchblade in his pocket, says the authorities' citations, and a hunting knife that was found under his seat. Also on his person, methamphetamine, scales, syringes, and baggies used to sell or transport methamphetamine. There was also a black bag at the feet of Ratliff with more paraphernalia, described as about 20 syringes approximately, and more baggies to possibly transport or traffic in methamphetamine. He also had 2 pill bottles in his possession, but they weren't his. In fact, they'd just been prescribed earlier today, I believe it was, to the before-mentioned Loretta Perkins Salyer, hydrocodone and Xanax, but he was in possession of them and not the person, obviously, to who they were prescribed. He was charged with 3 counts of trafficking in a controlled substance in the first, for the meth and for the 2 bottles of pills, possession of drug paraphernalia, and for the 2 knives, including the switchblade, carrying a concealed deadly weapon. All 3 at last report were still in the Big Sandy jail.
Well, it was a big night for basketball last night. I think games going on everywhere. I think the Harold Whitaker Middle School was in action last night. The boys hosting Jenkins at the high school, and the grade school elementary tournament was last night. Now, you can find out who made a clean sweep of the tournament on the grade school level in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. We've got some photographs and some information to go along with that just in, and it's going to be fresh off the press in the morning. For now, I can take you to where I was, and that was at the McGoffin County High School, where the boys indeed were hosting Jenkins, and where McGoffin County came storming out of the gate.
Brady Whitaker gets the Hornets rolling, setting the early pace with an early 3, followed by the bucket underneath and the steal and drive to home. And Nolan Arnott builds on it with a big 3-pointer. And next trip down, Whitaker with the rebound and another drive to the hole. The Hornets go up 17-9 early in the first, 32-16, doubling up about halfway through the second with a 46-22 lead at the half. And here's Mike Conley from one corner and then the other and then back. And on the defensive end, Logan Lovely with the stop, with the swipe to Dylan Arnott. He drives, and it's an easy lay-in. And here's a buzzer beater by Kirkland Wireman at the end of the third to give the Hornets a 30-point lead, 69-39. And while you take a look at those highlights again, the final score last night was Jenkins 52, McGoffin County 81. Had to do a double check. Now the boys aren't back in action until tomorrow night. They'll be on the road at Knott County. That's the boys from McGoffin County, while the boys from Central, they're now 10-10 on the season and even, and they'll be on the road this Friday night at Buckhorn. Backing up to the McGoffin County boys, that win gives them 5 on the season with 15 losses. If you're looking for some more basketball action, Lady Hornets in action tonight. They're hosting the ladies from Johnson Central here at home. JV at 6, varsity will tip off at 7:30, and I know exactly where you can find some highlights on tomorrow's program. But before we put the finishing touches on this one, your Licking Valley RECC powered forecast, which has got some warmer air for the weekend. I've even got a little sunshine you'll be glad to see. Tonight, not so much. Some patchy rain or snow showers before 8. We saw a few flakes flying, didn't amount to anything, but just a reminder that it is very much winter, even though it's not going to feel like it for the next couple of days. But 24 is where we should bottom out tonight. Partly cloudy skies, a wind out of the west, 6 miles per hour or so, finally becoming calm. Winds have been brutal for the past couple of days, but none really to deal with or in sight for the next few days. So tomorrow for your Thursday, we'll see sun. We'll see the mid-40s, right around 45, 46 degrees. Tomorrow night's low, back in familiar territory compared to tonight, right around 27. Under clear skies, mind you. And by Friday, we're going to be pushing 60 degrees. Won't be surprised if a few of us don't clock 60 degrees at some point during Friday afternoon. We'll do so under more sunshine and more mostly clear skies that night, and that night will also be comfortably above the freezing mark, and there are no complaints for that at all. And if you like the 50s, you'll like at least half of the forecast for Saturday. Maybe not all of it. It's not going to be the most beautiful day. We will see right around 55, 56 degrees. Nighttime lows definitely mild. This next setup brings us a little warm air with it, or the continued warm air, and staying in place, well in place Saturday night with 45. As for your conditions, mostly cloudy skies, and after about 1 o'clock or so on your Saturday afternoon, you can count on about a 40% chance of showers. Those chances increase to just an all-out likelihood of showers. We will see rain Saturday evening, definitely Saturday night, and carrying over into your Sunday. I think for Sunday, a 40% chance of showers, mainly before noon. Then that system should be rolling on out. We might even see a little sun as the clouds part thereafter. Temperatures barely holding on to the 50s Sunday after the rain, but holding on to the 50s nonetheless. 52, 28, your high and your low. And that will be the last of it for this little go-around. By Monday of next week, we're going to start with partly sunny skies before we get in on our next round of precipitation and colder air in place. In fact, 39 for the high on Monday, 22. And actually, I've got an updated forecast that indicates maybe I don't have any precipitation Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, with temperatures going from that 39 and sunny on Monday all the way to the mid-50s by midweek. So after we get out of the showers by Saturday night or half a day Sunday, we should be clear and dry and sunny with temperatures climbing from 39 Monday all the way back to the 50s. Sounds good to me.
That's going to wrap it up for tonight. Still trying to get caught up. Still trying to get used to our new location. It's getting better and better by the day. Hope to hear from you. Hope you pick up an edition of Sayersville Independent tomorrow. Find all the news that we couldn't squeeze in here and much, much more. We'll see you back here tomorrow as well for more of your news today. For now, good night and thanks for watching.